everyone, we are going off on another adventure, and this time we are going to Ireland. We have rented a camper van and we are going to go for about 9 days and just tour around the island. Alright, so we made it to Dublin and it's cold and rainy, and we are headed out to pick up our camper van, which is located about an hour outside of Dublin. And we've rented from Spaceship Campervan Rentals, which is awesome. So we're just trying to find the bus now to take us out there.
We got off at this small little bus stop in the middle of the countryside, and we're walking in a farm, and you just pick up your van from the farmer, I guess.
Normally when we do vacations, we don't stay in one place for very long. We're always hopping around hotel to hotel or bed and breakfast or whatever. So this time we thought we'd just rent a camper van and make it an adventure, do a little something different. And we went with Spaceship's camper vans because they didn't impose like a mileage restriction on us for each day, so we figured we could go wherever we want. So a lot of the show, Game of Thrones, was actually filmed here in the Moher Mountains and in Northern Ireland in the places that we're going to go tomorrow. So if you guys are fans of that show, you might recognize some of the scenery.
Parkour!
This was the best of life for commercial trade, for sailors, merchants, and the people of Belfast.
Alright, so we are making the trek down to Giant's Causeway. It's a decent walk, not sure how far, but it's a beautiful walk. However, we learned something. If you park at the Causeway Visitor Center, it's £12 per person to go through and get to the Causeway. If you do not park at the Visitor Center, you can walk to the Causeway for free through the Visitor Center. So really it's £12 per person to park. So live and learn. It all goes to the historical trust, so money's going to a good spot. trip going to both Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland would be right without visiting Derry or Londonderry. We went down to the Bogside, site of the Bloody Sunday massacres and some of the Free Derry protests, just to see what it was like and see some of the murals and memorials down there. But we're surprised to see that there were still recruitment posters and graffiti on the walls trying to encourage participation in the IRA. So that took us by surprise, but nonetheless captured it for you all. What are we doing, Jody?
We're going to Sleepy Cliffs.
I didn't expect to get a sunrise, so we're running. How do you know you're in rural Ireland when you take the tractor to the store?
Taken a bit of a detour away from the coast this afternoon. So we came inland and we're just driving through the countryside, and we wanted to come and see Sean's Bar, which is the oldest pub not only in Ireland but also in the entire world. Operating since 900 AD, and they actually have the official records of everyone who's owned the pub since that time.
Spicy. I don't do that. I don't. Nothing spicy after that.
Definitely hope nobody else is coming down this road.
So luxurious accommodations every night. I can't sit up straight, but it'll do. Here we are, Cliffs of Moher for a sunrise, but I don't think we're gonna get much of anything. Jody, what are we doing?
We're hiding from the wind.
Hiding from the wind. O'Brien's Tower. Ah, the Cliffs of Moher. Now I see what everyone raves about. We're at Gap of Dunlow, and it's raining pretty good on us. But unfortunately, the views are starting to disappear. So we're gonna go ahead and head back down, keep going on the Ring of Kerry. Get the shot?
Yeah. We decided to stop at Kenmare's Stone Circle, which dates back to the early Bronze Age, which is about 3,000 years ago. And there's 15 stones, and the rock used to make the stone circle is greenstone and brownstone, which is not found locally, but it's actually from several miles away.
What do you think of the travelator?
It's like a moving walkway and an escalator combined. It's awesome.
Rock a Cashel.
Okay, this is our camper van, and as you can see, it's really inside is a bed, and there are hookups down here and a little small fridge. If you're using one of the campsites, which we're not doing, so we're actually not using most of this. We're just kind of roughing it, and this is our bed. So this type of travel is not for everybody because you are lacking some amenities, but for those who want to go with a cheaper option, this is the way to do it. So there's room underneath here, and this seats fold up, and there's actually a small table and chairs that can go in here, but we've just left the bed converted the whole time. It's actually a pretty comfortable bed. And these things suction onto the windows to actually keep the heat in and to make the car dark so you can kind of camp wherever. We've been camping all sorts of places, in castle car parks and sides of roads and in the forest. We've had some luck with that.
Up front, just a normal Volkswagen Caddy. Ours is named Trinity. The Trinity has protected us this whole trip on some scary Irish roads. What do you think of the Wicklows?
I love them. And we are big fans of the show Vikings, so we're standing in the very place that they filmed that.
Fact, right there.
Right down there is where the village of Causeway is during that show.
hiking up the trail called the Spink. It goes above Glendalough, which was a monastery back in the Wicklow Mountains. Beautiful views, definitely worth the trip. A little bit touristy, so if you can get there early or later in the afternoon, you'll miss the tour bus crowds. Beautiful views and free parking for anybody who's staying overnight. What happens when a mushroom gets exiled from the colony? You end up on the guardrail.
Well, we've turned in our camper van, and for the last 2 nights we are staying in a hotel here in Dublin, and we are right on the River Liffey. Some of you might be thinking, why on earth would you go to Ireland in November where it's going to be cold and dark and rainy the whole time? But honestly, it was fantastic. For one, airline tickets in the off-season are so much cheaper. And some of the places that you would honestly not even be able to get to because of the tourists in the summer, we almost had the place to ourselves. And for me, doing my photography, honestly, the moody weather makes for better photographs, so I didn't mind it at all. We had an amazing adventure, and I wish we could do the whole thing again.
For your treachery, you have to walk the earth's plank. Straight to the sea for you.